How's it going, guys? Bring up Platoon here, and welcome to another great game in a World of Tanks Xbox One Edition. Today I'm going to be in, once again, the Swedish line, the Tier 10 Swedish tank destroyer, the Stridsvagn 103B. This is the best sniper in World of Tanks. I don't care what anyone says otherwise, because this thing is honestly the best, and the only thing it has going for it is sniping. So the Stridsvagn... sorry, gotta put the accent in there. The Stridsvagn 103B is much like the Tier 8 and the Tier 9. Well, let's just compare to the Tier 9. The only thing that's different between this vehicle and the Tier 9 counterpart is this vehicle gets 1, more accuracy, 2, a little bit quicker of a reload, 3, and better left-to-right traverse in siege mode. Or track traverse, I should say. It feels a lot faster than the Stridsvagn 103O in that sense, but in that sense only. As far as accelerating forwards and backwards, the speed is exactly the same, and you get a heat shield in the front, which doesn't really do anything. Any 120 caliber gun or shell, if they are flinging heat at you, will pen you in the front. You cannot bounce heat unless it is like, I don't know. I did the stat check for, let's say, an STA-2, which will never face this vehicle, but just for shits and giggles, I checked that. And it says like 80% chance to pen the lower plate with heat, so that's pretty depressing. But yes, heat is your worst nightmare in this thing. But just look at me go to work on this E75. Like, Jesus Christ. If you're forced to spot for yourself, your view range is still the same. I think it's like 360 or something like that, which is ass for Tier 10, by the way, but moving on. If you're forced to spot for yourself, make sure you have a thick bush or a decently sized bush to go in. Go into the bush, activate your camouflage net and binocs by just sitting there, and then back up about, I'm going to say back up for like 2 or 3 seconds away from the bush so that it's obviously not transparent, then a little bit more, because for some reason on console it's a little bit different than on PC. But, yeah. You're going to want to be a good distance away from the bush when you fire, just to maximize your camo rating after you do so. So, in the accuracy, you get 0.24 instead of 0.28 on the, no, 0.29 on the Stridsvagn 103O's gun, which is actually ass because the Tier 8, the UDES 03, or UDES, however you fucking pronounce that, gets more accuracy than the Tier 9. It's fucked up. And yes, the UDES has less back and forth than the Tier 9, but to give it the Tier 9 less accuracy than the Tier 8, it just doesn't fucking make sense to me. Especially considering that the gun caliber doesn't change. Or the shell caliber, whatever you want to call that. And just look at me. Pick apart this M103. Completely undetected. Absolutely. Oh, really proud of this one. Oh! Right on the hatch! While on the move. From like 350 meters away. If that was even accurate. But oh, that was beautiful. That really saved my ass from being detected, because if I bounced off him, I think I would have been detected. Although I wasn't detected after I fired, so I probably would have been safe. But here we have these 2 STIs camping in the back, because that's just what heavy tanks do. And I don't know why they didn't move, but my first opportune shot is going to be getting a track on them, and luckily, not only do I track and damage him, but I also damage his ammo rack, which doesn't really matter for me. But it will help my team out a little bit, and I just keep putting shots into him left and right, because the pen on this standard gun, the standard APCR is 305. You need even more than that for the premium APCR. It goes up to like 350, I believe, which is fucking crazy. It's just, your need to use standard, the need for you not to dip into premium ammo a lot when you're using this tank is just, it's a phenomenal feeling just to know that your standard rounds will most of the time be good enough, unless you're facing like a Type 5 heavy or something like that. But even then, if RNG fucks you with minus 25%, both adding on to your penetration values 25% or taking away 25% each shot, if you bounce off, you can always just switch to 350 and just to up your odds to make them pretty much pen every single time, regardless of where you shoot the Type 5 heavy, unless you're stupid and shoot at the side shot, side angles in the front there, but usually that's not the case. If you just hit the turret anywhere in the front, you're gonna pen, so no worries there. So fortunately for me, I got out of this entire engagement with all of my health, not even being engaged once, or being hit once, not even bouncing any shots, just taking my time, spotting for my team, being smart, and there's a pretty little cinematic finish for you. Beautiful! Beautiful game in this tank. It's not going to seem like a lot of damage to you guys, and I'm sure it's not the best you've seen for this tank, but that's 8,300 combined. And with the small gun caliber on this very great sniping TD, this is impressive. Like, shooting every 5 or whatever seconds. Is it 6 seconds? I think it's like 6 seconds. 6.44 seconds. But that's amazing. This is the best I've ever done in this tank so far. I can't wait to get up to like 10,000 damage, if it's possible for me. But really looking forward to getting higher damage games in this thing. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.